It's almost time to paint my engine bay, but first, the front suspension and steering needs to be removed. Let's get to it. Start by jacking up the front end and placing tall jack stands underneath the chassis. Go ahead and remove the wheels. The tie rod gets unbolted, and in my case, a bump steer kit is removed. The annoying cotter pins get removed alongside the castle nuts. Unbolt the idler arm. My 1/2-inch impact makes quick work of the pitman arm nut. This cheap puller easily removes this pitman arm. Make sure to be careful, as the steering links will fall off the car when the pitman arm is removed. Go ahead and remove the steering box bolts. Make sure to keep the box from accidentally falling and hitting the ground. This box is getting rebuilt, as my race tires did quite the number on it. The Detroit Speed Wonder Bar is removed next. Some third gens have these triangle braces that connect the chassis to the crossmember. Remove the braces from both sides. Remove the brake line from the caliper. A rubber cap keeps the brake fluid from dripping all over the floor. The brake caliper is removed next. And this is the first time that I've used this 90-degree ratchet that I bought, and I quite like this tool. The 13-inch rotor is pulled off the hub. Remove the bearing dust cap. Remove the cotter pin and castle nut. Once these are removed, the hub can be pulled off. Remove the ball joint cotter pin. The strut knuckle bolts are loosened but not removed. Place a jack stand underneath the A-arm. Remove the strut knuckle bolts. And remember, without the strut connected, the A-arm will want to be forced downward by the spring. And moving to the engine bay. Remove the strut top nut making sure that the strut shaft does not turn when you do this. The 3 strut mount nuts are removed, following by the support brace that's underneath the mount. And just another reminder, the strut keeps the suspension from falling at full droop. If you remove the strut without supporting the A-arm, your spring can potentially fly out of your car, and that could be quite dangerous. Use a pitman arm puller to remove the spindle from the ball joint. Sometimes they get stuck. Since I have weight jacks, my spring isn't under any tension because I've shortened the jack to its minimum setting. If you have stock springs, you will need a inside diameter spring compressor to remove the springs. The A-arm bolts are removed next. The last item is removing the 6 bolts that hold the cross member to the chassis. I tried to lower it carefully, but oh well. These brake line brackets are removed since I won't be reusing them. The factory engine mounts are removed as my LS will not be using them. And that's it. Stay tuned for my engine bay prep and paint videos. Remember to subscribe and follow me on Instagram.